Welcome to the world of manipulators with Slig. Today in this vid we are gonna talk about in full documentary that Fed sent for us to show what's Pokimane real persona of full freaking texts and DMS and romance and hypocritical mental memory abuse. So me and you that are watching with me are gonna read it together and find our opinion about it. By the way, let me know on the comments so I can reply to it. I will just check in some pages. I'm kinda misunderstanding something on this big drama. A day after former offline TV member Federico fed Mr. Gayton revealed incriminating text messages between him and Imane Pokimane and eyes. The latter is now being criticized online for her flippant response to the allegations. During her recent stream, Pokimane addressed the entire statement made by Fed Mr. in detail, where her nonchalant behavior in addressing serious allegations was labeled insensitive. In her response to the entire Fed Mr. drama, she tweeted the above, where she summed it all up with a simple "looking forward to moving on." Sensing a guilty complex, the online community was quick to call her out for trying to laugh off the tag of being a manipulator. Joining them was Twitch streamer Destiny, who proceeded to call her out for failing to admit that she was also wrong. I like how she just laughs off all the shit she says. Destiny criticizes Pokimane
is less interested in seeing me change and more interested in seeing me canceled. And okay, he did post this like a month after everything happened, and I did tweet. I was like, in this industry, a girl fucks up with a fake bitch, a guy fucks up, OMG king, don't worry.
I like how she just laughs off all the shit that she says.
And I won't lie, that is some petty shit I did. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, they're unrelated. You know, like, yeah, I saw it and I was like, I feel like it's a bit soon. And I just, you know, I didn't want to see it. And maybe I tweeted a little petty thing or not. I don't know if this is like something I'm supposed to apologize for. I think I'll just admit, like, yeah, I did this. Is it the nicest thing? No, but also I was just so over it. I was really just so over it. And I'm gonna be honest about that. So yeah. Oh, I will also admit and try to be like as transparent as possible. I need to eat. This also stems a little bit from seeing different situations with others, sometimes feeling like people, like I will,
no, you can't say it was petty and then try to justify it.
I'll say some weird shit like 6 years ago and randoms will like never let it go. So I did feel a bit of like personal.
That's true of literally every public figure on the internet. You think anybody lets anything go from years ago?
This is also a sort of insecurity of mine, but also just being a petty bitch sometimes. Alright, the intervention after what happened between him and Yvonne. On my stream, I said how I was so upset. Thinking back at the times, I was worried about Yvonne's behavior and how much she was or wasn't dedicated to OTV, when in reality she was acting out a certain way because of what Fed did to her. And I think the way he interpreted it, and perhaps the way it was understood publicly also, is me pretending like I didn't know. But what I meant was that I hadn't known for so many months. And then there was a point in time where I heard about what had happened, but I did not have full details. I didn't know about it to the extent that it was spoken about publicly.
This is so weaselly.
I didn't know it happened twice. You know, like, I just heard that something inappropriate had happened between Fed and Yvonne. But prior to me hearing about this, which was at least half a year after the actual incident, there was a half a year of me like essentially like seeing Yvonne in a light that was false. Does that make sense? Relationship or friendship from one person's like venting journal entry.
I like how she didn't bring up the fact that after they had a clear talk about boundaries, that in December, months and months later, she was begging him to come to her bed and sleep with him.
insert very cringy text messages that have no place on the internet. But yeah, I mean, essentially, me and Fed had just gotten really close, although we obviously weren't like dating. We were like talking, you know, and we lived together. It's like, yeah, we were able to hang out a lot and we worked together. So yeah, we became close. Is it over? Bridge burned forever. I think we are on decent terms, actually. Yeah, I mean, we talked about this. I think we all want to move the fuck on. Yeah, that's about it. It's not like a bridge burn because, well, not in the way it usually sounds, because I'm not here slinging shit at him. I'm not, I'm still covering up private information, even in the one screenshot I showed you guys. I'm not looking up dirt and blah blah. Oh my god, Fed's in chat. God, my life is so fucking weird. Does Fed know you're talking about it now? Well, yeah, seems like it. All right, sorry. Back to the questions. What's up? Fed did some really distasteful things that many of our friends spoke out about. And this kind of feels like, obviously to me personally, I might be a bit biased, but it just feels like an unnecessary diversion from the more important things. Though I do understand he feels that he was made to look worse than he is. But two wrongs don't make a right. And this document is just so wrong on so many levels. He was close to me for 2+ years. So, sure, he has a lot of text that could make me look sus, especially out of context. I'd like to think that I've grown since then, but also, if the worst...
Oh, sorry, I was muted. Wait, what was wrong about the document? It feels like she, she basically laughed off all the parts she didn't want to go deep into, and then, wait, what was wrong about it?
Stemmed from what Fed had done to her, and the fact that she didn't want to interact with him. So, no, he didn't try to get her fired, but what he did to her made her so unmotivated that she almost lost her position. And I'm genuinely sorry to you guys, the public, if I didn't convey that message properly the first time that I said it, but that's what I meant. And I, at the moment, was so caught up in my frustration, seeing that in hindsight, it had nothing to do with who she is as a person or how much she cares about offline TV, because she cares so much and she does such an amazing job. And it just had everything to do with this really, really shitty situation that happened to her. So, to reiterate, and I'm so sorry for having to bring this back up, but after Fed touched Yvonne inappropriately, she just lost motivation to work on OTV stuff. And that led into all of these conversations that you see where we're like, do we need to get someone else on board? Like, what are we doing? I'm so sorry for my stomach. What are we doing? Like, we need to fix things, blah, 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 blah. That's where it all stemmed from. But in reality, it was nothing that was actually wrong with her. And it was from the situation that occurred. Also, people keep bringing up the sleepovers. I don't know if you guys remember, but Fed slept in everybody's room. That was an active meme.
Oh, she minimized it so much. I can't say anything because I fucking can't leak anything. He was not sleeping in other people's rooms the way that he slept in Pokimane room. It's just not true. But you can all tell it by reading the messages. I can't believe she's saying it.
Happening, so it becomes normal. And
it's obvious reading the messages. Do you think that he was sharing those types of messages back and forth with every other girl in the house? Does it really feel that way? Do we really think that's happening? Do we really feel like that's happening? I'm just kidding. I don't know shit, guys. I'm just making shit up for drama. But just reading the messages, okay? Reading the messages. Do you really think that he was sleeping in every single girl's room like that? Do we really believe that was the case?
Talking about me, but to us, it just felt manipulative because we're like, oh, we just missed out on friendships we could have had all along, essentially.
How could you miss out on friendships you could have had along? It's really easy. You're Pokimane. You can DM anybody in the world and they would be your friend. I don't understand. What?
It makes me deeply uncomfortable to see someone essentially psychoanalyze me and provide all of these.
As a heads up, I will literally eat my shoes on stream if there are DMs where Poki's messaging people, which is like, hey, do you want to play games? Or hey, do you want to do this today? Blah, blah, blah. And they're like, sorry, I just don't want to. No fucking way. Come on.
Lots of miscommunication and such.
Maya talked about your clip. She felt like you talking about it without consent from any party. It's different from Poki talking about it on her channel. No, she's lying because she doesn't want to go against her boyfriend, because nobody in this industry has the balls to talk against anybody. If you go back and you watch the Maya clip, she specifically said that she didn't like it because I was treating it like reality TV. Her boyfriend Miskiff is doing the exact same thing. She just doesn't want to say anything bad against him because they're dating. That's it. She doesn't actually believe or know or have any idea what she's talking about. She's just talking shit. Full stop. End of discussion.
Everybody in the friend group like called each other honey bunny, which is like cringe again. But like also this is the way that I act with a lot of my girlfriends.
I just want to say, okay, that I personally know firsthand that she does not interact with everybody on this level. That is not true. But okay, man, fuck, this is triggering the fuck out of me. I came to agree that keeping things private and making no further statements publicly was what was the best for both of us. To keep the document private, we wanted to heal and prevent any further harm for people involved. She would make a brief, supportive statement when I returned, and we would go our separate ways. I wonder if this meant that she saw the document and she told him, listen, as long as you don't publish that, when you decide to come back to streaming, I'll be supportive of you. This is a really yikes statement that nobody's going to talk about, but like, that feels a little blackmail-y to me. You know, like, listen, I saw your document. I understand. It's cool. Maybe you shouldn't publish that. And then when you come back publicly, maybe I'll make a little statement supporting your return. Maybe. You know, if you don't publish it.
His response to Fedmr in his recent revelatory and lengthy statement, Fedmr went into detail about his rocky relationship with Pokimane and how the duo were more than just friends. Claiming that she allegedly led him on via mixed signals, Fedmr revealed that his relationship with Pokimane constituted a major strain upon his time as an offline TV creator. In addition to revealing details about their relationship, Fedmr also claimed that it was actually Pokimane who wanted fellow offline TV member Yvonne removed from the house. According to his statement, during the entire fiasco, she ended up making him the scapegoat. At this part 1 was dropped because I couldn't believe what I was hearing and don't wanna believe because I still don't give a fuck, and when I mean I don't give a fuck, that Pokimane was an incredible liar. If you don't know about the story of her copyright on PewDiePie and on both creators, but nobody expected that huge of documentary about Pokimane. It's like a massive book to read honestly. And now let's continue. After his statement was leaked, he addressed the issue in another Word file, where he stated that the two had come to an agreement regarding the fallout of their relationship. Furthermore, despite stating that he stands by what he said in the document, it wasn't his intention to portray Pokimane in a bad light. Keeping this in mind, Pokimane recently responded to the allegations, where she appeared to laugh it all off. At one particular juncture, she addressed one of her earlier tweets above, which seemed to throw shade at Fedmr being removed from the offline TV house. I don't know if this is like something I'm supposed to apologize for. I think I'll just admit, like, yeah, I did this. Is this the nicest thing? No, but also, I was just so over it. She then addressed her relationship with Fedmr, where she denied that the two were dating. Advertisement: me and Fed had gotten really close, although we obviously weren't dating. We're like talking, and we live together. We talked about this, and I think we all want to move the FK on. In the clip above, she appeared to claim that it was regular 20-year-old relationship bullshit. To me, in all honesty, all of this is really not all that important. It's regular 20-year-old relationship bullshit. Later on in the video, she stated that Fedmr's document is wrong on so many levels, as she brushes aside rumors of him sleeping in her room. This prompted a response from Twitch streamer Destiny, who questioned, wait, what was wrong about the document? It feels like she corroborated, like she basically laughed off all the parts she didn't want to go deep into, and then like, what was wrong about it? He was not sleeping in other people's rooms the way he was sleeping in Poki's room. That's just not true. I can't believe she's saying it. It's obvious from the messages. While the internet seems to have come to a consensus that these recent allegations against Pokimane does not absolve Fedmister of his behavior in the past, it is her recent response to the situation which has irked them. As dissent continues to mount online, it appears that Pokimane's recent response video might have not exactly gone the way she intended it to. My opinion on dislike: this is really fucked up. You shouldn't manipulate a guy and make him suffer into mental health. I'm happy he is in good health now, but how can you chase a guy and have slept with bunch of man and make this guy life into a mess? And next the messages I'm gonna let you read. I will put the images right there. To be honest, why should Fed apologize to Pokimane after she done this to him? And I will 100% now respect him because isn't victim by manipulated on the stream. And second thoughts, Twitch drama is always dumb, and every little mistake you do they will put it in Twitter like boom, the toxic culture with massive hate everywhere. But this time is in juicy drama that I never saw in my life and never thought that could be true. I hope you enjoy the vid, and I hope Pokimane copy strike this video please. Pokimane, anyways, you can subscribe to me and have a great time. Watch my videos, comment on them, love ya.